Hello everyone and welcome to Politics Today on Channels Television, Nigeria's news leader and the winner of the 10th time Best Television Station Award. Welcome to the show. I'm Seun Wakimbaloye. This is the last edition of Politics Today for the year 2015. What a year it has been. What a rush on the political scene. Dramatic, intriguing and pulsating it has been. A year many have said will determine how we can go as a nation. It is indeed a critical year in Nigeria's history. It is the big year of Nigeria's general elections, the 2015 elections, which saw an opposition party, APC, defeat a party that has been at the helms of affairs and dominated the politics of the continent's most populous and biggest economy for about 16 years, talking about the PDP. What a year it has been. Before we get into the interesting issue of the day, let me show you some of the highlights of the politics of the year 2015. The year 2015 began with expectations of the general elections. Two men who are not strained to go head-to-head were all set to battle at the polls once again. With much controversy, the original date scheduled for the election was postponed by 6 weeks. The Electoral Commission says that was the advice from the security agencies.
Others have spoken. We cannot deceive you.
The postponement announcement made, rallies intensified, some of the campaigns got dirty. The D-Day came as soon as the then president was clear that his opponent has got a clear lead. This time around, this popular telephone conversation took the internet space by storm.
Well, I will congratulate you more because that's why you find time some of these days to come so that we can sort out how to plan the transitional period.
May 29 arrived like a guest long awaited. Amidst controversy of handover notes, the new government got a baton to run for 4 years, and the president dropped a bombshell.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
What determined the outcome of the election? Much more than the organizational capacity, the strategic sagacity that is attributed to some chieftains in the opposition, was the desire of the Nigerian people to have a change.
Forming a cabinet was almost an immediate clamor, but the president took his time to name his team. When he did, the controversy over his choices was overwhelming. A new dispensation, the atmosphere totally changed. Majority of states now controlled by the APC, and the National Assembly too, the ruling party comfortably takes a driving seat. But that won't come easy, as the controversy over the leadership became a tug and even grimy. Who gets what in the National Assembly suddenly tore the ruling APC apart. The PDP, the opposition party, getting a huge share, the Deputy Senate President.
We should move on because we have more pressing problems in the country. We have challenges in life, we have challenges in the power sector, we have challenges in education, we have challenges in health. These are fundamental issues where Nigerians voted them to deal with, not as to who becomes Senate President or who becomes Speaker of the House of Representatives. These are pressing problems which we need to focus on.
Interestingly, the electoral umpire also witnessed a massive change in its leadership. A new chairman was nominated and cleared. Professor Atahiru Jega steps aside. Professor Muhammadu Yakubu steps in. Since then, the Professor Yakubu-led INEC has conducted 2 governorship elections. Preparations did not quite gel with the outcome of the exercise. Inconclusive were the initial outcome. Kogi had a supplementary election, while Bayelsa's Southern Niger local government area election cancelled.
It's like we've taken like 10 steps forward and we are now taking 20 steps backward. Meaning that we may even be returning to pre-Jega years in INEC.
An eventful year, no doubt. So many foundations laid politically, fresh hands in different offices. The real challenge is how they are able to meet expectations and stabilize the country. But that was it. Some of the highlights of the major events of 2015. in politics. Well, let me take you straight into the issue of today. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari, for the first time, appeared before the nation's federal lawmakers since he got into power. Since May this year, he has sent documents containing appointments by him for consideration and also 2015 supplementary budget. But this time around, face-to-face with the lawmakers, where President read out what his government has in plans for the year 2016. The President got a warm welcome to the chambers, to the joint sitting of the National Assembly, that is, and this is what the Senate President and the Chairman of the National Assembly said, Senator Bukola Saraki.
It is my pleasure, on behalf of my distinguished and honorable colleagues, to warmly welcome you and your entourage to this joint session of the National Assembly. Mr. President, you're coming to this hallowed chamber in person today to present the 2016 draft appropriation bill bears eloquent testimony to your profound respect and commitment to the ideals of our constitutional democracy and the dictate of the rule of law. This is the first time in a few years that the President of Nigeria has personally performed this constitutional task. It highlights the importance you have attached to building a smooth working relationship with the National Assembly. This is a positive gesture that is not lost on all of us. Mr. President, the National Assembly is conscious of the yearning of Nigerians for quick delivery of democratic dividends. The National Assembly has a critical role to play, and we recognize this role. On the budget, we are willing and ready to provide the scrutiny necessary to pass only a budget that can be implemented comprehensively. We are ready to move swiftly and speedily to pass the 2016 appropriation bill. The swift passage of medium-term expenditure framework and the fiscal strategic paper already points to our commitment and our resolve towards this. I would like to use this opportunity to thank all my colleagues in the Senate and in the House for their steadfastness and their patriotism in this area. We will apply same, but in light of the great importance of this document, we will not short-circuit scrutiny on the altar of expediency.
Well, let's take a look at a few notable statements from the President's address on the day. It was a welcome address. Well, for some of them at the National Assembly, a first-timer coming into the National Assembly, well, this is what the President had to say when he got there.
Minds of our entrepreneurs through the gallantry of our armed forces and the resolute spirit of Nigerians, especially the youth, who have refused to give up despite all the obstacles confronting them. The budget proposal, the first by our government, seeks to stimulate the economy, making it more competitive by focusing on infrastructural development, delivering inclusive growth, and prioritizing the welfare of Nigerians. We believe that this budget, while helping industry, commerce, and investment to pick up, will, as a matter of urgency, address the immediate problems of youth unemployment and the terrible living conditions of the extremely poor and vulnerable Nigerians. In the medium to longer term, we remain committed to economic diversification through import substitution and export promotion. This will build resilience in our economy. It will guarantee that the problems we have today will not confront our children and their children. This shall be our legacy for generations to come.